Hi, it's me again with CorelDraw Tips and Tricks. I've been trying to help somebody and I'm kind of lost. They want to contour this lake into like 2-inch thick piece of wood and then pour epoxy and I guess different color epoxy. I can't get it to trace and I don't know that you could do it by hand. And I was trying to explain to him, and the video is really for him. So I can contour the lake, but it's just an even contour. It doesn't look like the real topo lake picture. I'm going to take that outside one and make a duplicate of it and move it over here. And all I did was go to effects and contour the inside 6 times at a 1/2 inch. And I'm going to get that. And this part maybe kind of works as a riverbed, so maybe you could clean it up. But one thing we could, and it's not going to look like the real map. It's just not going to look like that unless you drew this by hand. And that's be my only suggestion, and that would be, to me, like a nightmare. I mean, somebody's done it because somebody made this map out of layers of wood, and they want to do it with a CNC machine, carving it down. So one thing, and somebody's going to laugh at me, and maybe the one reason I like making these videos, maybe somebody will chime in and say, no, this is how you could do it. So this is all one piece. Well, we're going to make it all one piece. We'll do this one. So you have to take it and go up to object and break the contour apart. And then you actually have to take it and group it for this to work. But then you could use tools, at least on part of it, that you could use the twirl tool and set it on something little and set your rate pretty low. And then just kind of zoom in and take the twirl tool and grab it and then just kind of twirl it. Kind of give it more of a lake look. I mean, that's not, and don't worry about I'm going out of bounds because I made a copy of the, it's going to look more than just a standard contour. So if you remember, I said I made a copy. So this is still grouped together. I'm going to make this copy black and I'm going to nudge it back over where it was. And then I'm going to select them both and I'm going to go to intersect and then I'm going to move that out of the way. So that is the contour. Let me make this let me make these red and put this black. So I did not move anything. I nudged everything. So now we have, some contour lines that meet the shore and it's just a little bit more broken up, but it follows, the lake a little bit more. I don't know how else to do it except for just to take a good rendition of this and maybe start out with a Bezier tool or the polyline or whatever you feel comfortable drawing the most. I draw mostly in the 3-point curve line, so I would just start drawing it and put a little curve. If you wanted to have this same, contour, and once you got it kind of halfway done, you might even have used some other contour tools, but you'd want to make sure your lines are, when you do something like that, you want to make sure the lines are touching, which I just failed to. And then do that pull. Let me just do one part of it real quick. Let me back up here, take away that line I missed, and I kind of messed up that curve. Let me kind of zoom in here. I like the 3-point curve line because I could make that turn right there. And you could always adjust it later and go right here and kind of make that turn. You're going to have to zoom in and out and make sure you start on that node. See, now I've kind of lost where I was, which color I'm on. And I'm just going to do this real fast. And you might even be able to contour the next shape. I've kind of lost my edge here. But what I'm going to show you one more little trick we could do. See, I didn't start on the line. So back up and start on the line, give it a little bit of a turn. I'm just going to do this real quick. Okay. And one thing you can do is take this picture and go to the transparency tool and make it a little bit less visible. So you could, well, that's almost too much because of the colors. So you go back to there and you got to get off and maybe not make it quite so transparent where you can see your red better. And in this case, you might want to draw in something other than hairline. But you could still take this shape, and with the shape tool, you could define, well, what you need to do. See how it's broken line? Take your Smart Fill tool, fill that in and move it out of the way. Wow, way down there. Take your red line and delete it. Put that back, right click. Maybe it'll work better to have it in black when you're drawing on this. But with either your shape tool or your smoothing tool, I wasn't really looking forward to making this video because I didn't think I was going to be any help. But if I was going to do this and spend the time and the money with epoxy, see, I even could delete that and then, bring that line a little more. And I would actually, then if you have extra above, actually take the smoothing tool. I've got it set way too big, 1/4 of an inch. And just take that line and just smooth it out a little bit. And then once you had that, we might be able to contour. Well, see, the next contour is way down there. You might be able to contour the outside well, see, then you get this, this where it goes up. Anyway, somebody's done a good job of it because this is layers of maps of wood. And I've done it, but never, I've only done like riverbeds and not that much. Well, I have contoured a whole lake like 12 times, but it was just a step down in the rocks. But anyway, I hope that helped somebody just a little bit. Thank you for watching.